Sabbath school talk about crisis. I have a crisis from within as well as from without. The within one is where several weeks ago I agreed to stand up here this morning, and not knowing that the pastor wanted me to give me this title. This title, talk about money, is something I try to avoid to do throughout the years. And I don't think that I ever preach a sermon or talk about money up here at all. So this is something I really don't want to talk about. And it is a crisis to you that in the last few days I spent hours and hours trying to be high-tech person. I'm a very, the children say I am low-tech, but I say I'm no-tech. Okay, so if anything wrong with the slides, I'm sorry. And the next thing is, I also try to speak without a script. So bear with me if some unheard of words that come out of my mouth. It's very candid, all right? Okay, and also that I'm trying to speak freely here. That's also I have never done that before. So many first time today. So I hope you all bear with me. Before we start, let's bow our heads. God in heaven, I need your power, and I pray that your spirit, your strong power will use this weak vessel. Get your message across that your people will learn from you. In Jesus' name. Amen. Sorry. I suppose it's the one that the arrows are gone, almost gone. Because being pressed all the time. Alright, now, since I spent so many hours on this, I got to make you sit for the next 30, 40 minutes, make it worthwhile. So unfortunately, facing where? Huh? Unfortunately, I won't have this online for you, so that you can skip through. So you just have to stand with me with this. Okay, you cannot scroll through my sermon. You have to do it one slide at a time. All right? 你睇唔到啊？睇唔到我讀俾你。We especially like your sermons on your website because we can scroll through them quickly. So today you're sitting here, you cannot do that. All right? So I have to face where? Oh, so fast. Okay. Today I'm not going to preach a sermon. I'm going to tell you a few stories. One of the problems also, I'm not a good storyteller. Alright? But I decided to tell you stories today. Alright, the first story, a few years ago, my son, our son, Jeffrey and Nancy brought the two kids home to visit us during Christmas time. And one evening I believe we went to eat in Newton Circle. Okay, good food there. Whoever doesn't know, want to go eat, let me know. I'll take you there. Okay, so I think we went there, but we wanted to go down to Orchard Road to see all the lights, all the shining places, and see what happened in Orchard Road during Christmas time. No snow, no coldness, but it's warm and short. So we walked down to the MRT station at Newton Circle there. As we walked down the corridor, Shirley and I was in front with a boy, and Jeffrey and Lindsay and the girl was behind. And suddenly we saw a machine on the right side against the wall. So Shirley and I brought the boy close to the machine and punched a few things. Money came out. And this young boy of ours, young grandson of ours, only at that time was, I think, 6, 7 years old. Wow, eyes wide open, you know. Money just came out like that. He was so excited. He ran all the way back to look for his dad and mom and screamed along the corridor. He said, "Dad and Mom, do you know what? I have sold this machine that can give you money anytime you want." I tell you, we all laugh. I mean, so this, I think you guys had a hard time laughing. Okay, now I borrowed this slide from Michael. I think some of you have seen that. Very beautiful pictures, and you can see the sky. And there's somebody who walked along, who was taking a walk, and he was contemplating, thinking of difficult issues of life, thinking of his own problem, his crisis, or whatnot. Then he suddenly decided maybe it's about time to talk to God about it. So he asked, "God, are you here?" God said, "Yeah, I'm here. What's up? What's up?" So he said, "God, can I ask you a few questions?" He said, "Sure, my son, no problem, anything." So he said, "Okay, God, tell me, what is a million years to you?" God said, "Well, it's just like a second to me." And he got it now. Then the next question, he said, can I ask you a couple more questions?" He said, "Sure." He said, "Oh God, what is $1 million to you?" And God said, "Oh, it's just like a penny." Okay? Then, wow, he is happy now. So he said, "Okay, God, last question. So can I have $1 million from you?" God said, "Sure, no problem. In just a second, I'll give it to you." Okay? Well, you guys had a hard time, don't you? I gotta laugh at myself. That's too bad. Okay, now, this one I want from you now. What if today, tell me what comes to your mind. If I give you, if you have $1 million, or $2 million, if you say, if you want 5 also can, what would you do? The first thing comes to your mind, what is it? Huh? Holiday. What else? Huh? Thai? What? $5 million go to Thai? Not bad, huh? Okay, any other? What first thing comes to your mind? Donation. All right. Huh? ACC. Okay, whatever that is. NCC, all right, okay. National Cancer Society, okay. First thing come to your mind, what? Safe. You're safe. No, oh, throw the money in, okay, good to save, okay. Oh, go to a cruise, that's nice. First thing come to your mind, you know, that's all you do, huh? That's all you do, huh? Thank God. But to do with the $5 million, I mean, you want to thank God with the $5 million? Okay, that's good. Well, nobody wants to buy houses here. Or nobody wants to buy condos here. Huh? Go to America. Well, you could buy up the whole California with $5 million. Huh? Okay? HDB flat. Wow, your HDB flat is very big, you know. Okay. Wow, see, you see all of you, $5 million have different way of spending. Well, I here put down 1 or 2 only, but you can have 5 if you want. You have no idea what to do with it. All right, then we'll see at the end of it, you can get some answers, all right? Larry Burkett, he's a famous Christian finance person. He said that in the Bible, I guess he did some searching and studying, there are 1,600 verses in the Bible have to do with something to do with money or to do with finances. And there are over 500 verses that include one of these words in there. Either money, riches, or wealth. So, don't tell me that the topic of money is not important in the Bible. You know, Bible talks about that all the time. So, that didn't work very well. Okay, how do we define money? Money is a very useful commodity. I can't see that. I have to turn around and read this. Can purchase everything but happiness. And it is a passport for everywhere but not to be happy. That's somebody's definition of money. But in a Chinese saying, money is not omnipotent, but we cannot live without it. Okay? In the Chinese saying, 钱不是万能的，但没有的话呢，却是万万不能。Okay? So, anybody can live without money. Everybody needs money. That's why we work so hard. We slave for how many hours a day. We all try to earn the money. But what to do with it is the next question. Where are we facing? Oh, there. Okay. The first story I want to tell. It's recorded in the Bible now. It's in Luke chapter 12. I think today's story, many of them are very familiar with you. All right? Time's up. Okay. It's recorded in Luke chapter 12, verse 16. We all know that this is a parable that Jesus said. But before the background of this story is when somebody came to ask Jesus, say, Jesus, can you tell my brothers to divide the inheritance together with me? Okay, that was the precursor of this parable. Jesus said, hey, who makes me judge over you? Why should I tell you how to divide? And he fell forward with this parable. We're all familiar with it. It's a very rich guy, had a bountiful harvest, and the first thing he came to mind is, say, I want to build more barns, store more of my harvest, and then I can eat, drink, and be merry. And God said, you are a fool, you know. Tonight, your soul is, will be demanded. In today's words, we don't talk about harvest, we don't talk about building barn, but at the same time, we are talking about more business, for doctor, dentist, chiropractor, we want more patients, you want to build a bigger, want more investment, as a result, your bank account is fatter, you have more houses, you have more land, or you have more whatever possessions, okay? But bear in mind, all this are exhaustible and destructible. For the Bible saying, when the moth will eat it up, the vermin will take it up, they destroy it for you. Somebody's complaining. Money. Everybody like to see this word. In Singapore, we used to have a song, what? One person, one nation, and one Singapore. What's that make of? The sign of money. So money can come in different forms. But do you know that money actually is hazardous to your health? Because study had done showed that in all the coins that they use, 13% of them, and on the currency paper, money, 40-something% of them, they found that they have harmful bacteria or germs in there. The smaller the denomination, the higher the percentage, because people handle it more. So money is actually quite harmful to your health, hazardous. Money can come in this form. silver and gold. This is an old silver nugget that I think ancient days the Chinese used. Okay? How many people have seen this? Huh? Wow. Oh, see? Only the older people have, the younger people have not seen. Is this, other than the resettlement paper money, is this the first series that the Singapore government printed?
I don't have money for
I think you have spent all of them. Is this the first series that the Singapore government printed? Is it right? Other than the resettlement money? John, you know? No. But this is the Orchid series. Okay? I think many of you may not have seen them. There are Orchid series that have quite beautiful. It's $100 paper currency. But what is this? Cocoa. Do you know that in somewhere in the 1500s in SDACC, this is one of the money. I took this picture in, I think it's in Taiwan. Okay? Now this is how you're going to trade cocoa. The English word is too small, you can't use it. For one tomato, you have to use one cocoa to exchange for to buy it. For an acre, 3 cocoa. Okay, so this is the list. So cocoa is also a form of money. Okay. But what does money mean? What does money mean? Okay, money is something that you use to get what you value. We spend the money on something that we value. For example, like education, you're willing to put money in, for the computer, for the books, or not. You value your health, you're willing to spend money to buy medicine or to check up your body or whatnot. So we spend money on what we value. Young people may like to spend hundreds of dollars buy a ticket to watch whatever concerts, whatever ball games. And some of you may want to spend, do you know how much money costs to go to a F1 race? Thousands. I don't know. I also don't know. But I know that if you just go there one night to watch the preview, it's already, the cheapest you have to pay is something like $150, $170. Just to stand somewhere far away and you see the car, boom, that's it, But people will spend money with where they value it. So the Bible has said very plain, where your treasure is where your heart is. Your heart is where you value your things are. So if we value gospel, you are willing to give the donation to the church to advance the gospel. But if you value something else, you will be willing to spend your money to buy whatever you value. Okay? Now, some of the greatest myths about money. People think that money can get you happiness. But no, money can get you parties. You can buy parties, you can buy whatever, enjoyment, but it didn't get you happiness. You think that money will get you security? Not exactly. I think the richest people have the most bodyguards. Okay? There's the fear of being kidnapped the most. And money fills your heart's deepest desire. Does it really do it? Are you happy when you have the money? Now, Saladin, who is a first sultan of Egypt and Syria in the 1200s, 1100 something years. When he died, he gave the order. He said, when I want my hands to be exposed, open and exposed outside the coffin. Why? It is to teach that with all his vast health and conquest, he could not take anything with him. He went empty-handed. Okay? Oh, okay, inlanders. I think those who come from America are very familiar with that. This is a famous newspaper column. One time she published a article. Some girl wrote to her. The reporters say that his uncle and aunt. His uncle, throughout his life, every time he would have a paycheck, he would stack away some cash under his mattress. So for all the years that he worked, at the end, wow, that mattress must be raised how many inches high up? I don't know. But so before he died, he told his wife, he make her to promise him one thing. He said, when I die, I want you promise me you take all the money that I have under the mattress, put in my basket, so that I can bring with me and have money to spend there. Okay. So when he died, his wife did what he promised. So what she did is that she went in, took out all the money from under the mattress, went to the bank, deposited all the cash, and she wrote a check, put it into the casket. So you think you stack away all cash, it's going to work. Somebody will spend for you. Now this is a picture of the terracotta, where the actual underground is. So all the emperors, all the kings, including Qin Shi Huang, as soon as they ascended to the throne, they started to build their tomb. And in there, they would bring all the stuff with them. But they are not, most of them are not real, it's a replica. So they brought chariots, horses, pigs for food, and they bring all the money, the weapons. But in this case, Qin Shi Huang brought with him a whole army and buried underground. Now this is what it is. Now, those tombs that have the most money, most treasure, what happened to them? They invited the most grave diggers, the grave robbers. So most of those tombs, at the end of today, when you go, all the treasures are gone. And you will find out the most people had entered into it and took away the things. Okay? So, doesn't mean that you want to bury them with you, you will have them either. You will be all stolen. So the Bible taught us, do not store up for yourself treasures on earth, where moth and vermin destroy, when thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourself treasure on heaven, where moth and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. And Peter, 1 Peter, is something that he wants us to really think about. Is that God has promised us an inheritance that will never fade, never perish, never spoil. And just now, I think this morning when I was here for the Sabbath school, the final song of Holy City, the final song is the New Jerusalem will what? Will never perish. Okay? So you will receive a crown of glory that will never fade. So this is where you could only find your treasure that will never fade, never spoil, stolen, or destroyed. Okay, fourth story. Now again, this story is very familiar to all of us. I think a few Sabbaths ago it's been told that the young ruler came to ask Jesus, say, what must I do to be saved, to have eternal life? Jesus said, you keep all the commandments, do all this. Say, oh, I have done all this throughout my life. Then Jesus said, you go and sell all you have. Give it to the poor and come and follow me. Now many times we stop right there, saying you sell all you have, you give it to the poor. But you've forgotten the last one is come and follow me. It's not just that you sell and give it. Does this would give you eternal life? You sell all you have, as it were, then you can buy it, isn't it? Now, the next thing is very puzzling to me. You see, Jesus also continued, then the disciple asked him, then in that way, who can be saved? And Jesus said, well, the rich, it would be harder for the rich to be saved. It would be easier for the camel to go through the eyes of the needle. Wow. In that case, what does it mean? The Bible taught us, for all have sinned. Salvation is to all of us. Everyone, rich or poor, doesn't make any difference. Right? This is what the Bible taught us. Okay? No difference at all. Jews or Gentiles, free or slave, male or female. And isn't it all the same? All are saved by the blood of Jesus Christ. Why is it Jesus said it is so difficult for the rich and it's easier for the camel to go through the needle? That means it's basically impossible. But yet, the rest of the Bible tells us everybody is the same. Doesn't matter you're rich or you're poor. And when Nicodemus came to ask Jesus, he essentially asked the same question. How do I have eternal life? Jesus answered him, you have to be born again. Seems to be a totally different answer, right, isn't it? And here the young ruler asked the same question. He said, oh, you go and sell. Does it mean that Nicodemus is also rich, In the Bible, there are many rich people. God had blessed them abundantly. Jacob was blessed. Abraham was blessed. Even Job, after went through all the difficulty, at the end he was blessed with double what he had before all the calamities. Solomon is the richest person. So the Bible is full of rich people. And why? Okay. And Jesus is still telling them differently. And then in those days, there are so many followers of Jesus Christ. Yet only this guy came to ask him, what must I do to have eternal life? Now today, do we ask the same question? Do we ask, what must I do to have eternal life? And the more important one is that if Jesus is here today, you or I ask him this question, what is he going to tell you? What kind of answer he's going to give you? Because I believe that Jesus gave the answer is applicable to everyone of us. To you, maybe a different answer. To me, maybe a different one. But in this case, for this guy, because he is in love of his money. So Jesus told him, you go, sell what you have. Give it to the poor. And come and follow me. Jesus picked this guy to follow him. The fellow, the rich young ruler, one hand is holding all his riches. The other hand is holding on to Jesus. Every one of us have the same choice. Whatever in one hand, whatever in the other. Which one you're going to let go? Which one you're going to hold on to? It will be each one of us, you and my choice. And unfortunately, this rich young ruler chose money. And the Bible describes what? He walked away sorrowfully. Now, we also following right after this parable of the rich young, after this incident, Jesus told the parable about the vineyard. Again, I think a few weeks ago we have heard of the sermon on the vineyards. The vineyards, I think we're all familiar. In the first hour, there are people go to work. In the third hour, in the sixth hour, in the ninth hour, in the 11th hour, people went to work. We all think that, wow, man, the 11th hour is got it made, man. Work 1 hour, you got 1 day of wages. But God's standard is different. God's measurement is different. How we look at this thing will affect what we think. If we think of monetary wise, it's true. I work 1 hour, I got 1 day pay. There I work 12 hours, I also get 1 day pay. But in God's way of looking at it, maybe we should look at this thing in a different aspect. Is that those who have started working together with Jesus, you are walking with Jesus throughout the whole day. The whole time, you have the sweet fellowship of Jesus throughout the whole time. Yet the one who comes the last one, in the 11th hour, he only had it the last moment. So, which one is it you are like? Isn't this what heaven is all about? It's not how much you can earn, what's your hourly rate. Rather, is to be in the presence of Jesus Christ. So that's why one of the things that Jesus has promised them also is that what? You will sit with me in the table and judging all 12 tribes. This is the promise God has given. Okay, last story about time. This story some of you may not be familiar with, okay? Now this story is recorded in 2 Samuel 19, 24 to 30. It's about a guy's name called Mephibosheth. Wow, so difficult to pronounce. Anybody know this fellow's name? Who this guy is? Not really, huh? Grandson of Saul. Son of Jonathan. Okay, give you a little background. When David was ascended to the throne, he looked around and wanted to do something for his good friend Jonathan. Finally, somebody told him that he has a son. A son who's lame, is really, crippled. And David wanted to do something. So he called him to come, and he told him, he said, I will return you all the land and whatever possession of King Saul and Jonathan. It will be given to you. And you will eat in my table together with me in my palace throughout your life. Wow, what a privilege. What a privilege. Then fast forward, then the next incident is when David's son Absalom, rebelled against David, drove David out of Judah. And